Welcome to the Main Money Show, where Wall Street meets Main Street. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Jordan Main. He's president of Main Financial Group, as well as joined by Adam Freund, partner at Main Financial Group. And to our viewers at home, do you find yourself worried about market volatility? Well, on today's show, we're going to talk about how smart planning can actually help alleviate some of those fears, because we all know the market goes up, the market goes down. But how do you avoid panic? How do you stay peaceful? Well, you do that with having a retirement plan. And that's what today's show is all about, making sure that you can sleep well at night. Jordan, how are you today?
Oh, I'm excited about today's topic for sure. How are you today?
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm also excited about today's topic. And Adam, how are you?
Well, I feel like $1 million.
I thought you were going to say you're up
All
and down.
wrinkled.
All wrinkled.
I thought you were going to say you're up and down because it's volatility we're talking about today.
That's right. Up
Wait
and
a minute,
down,
isn't this something the kids do? What is it, 6, 7? I don't even know what this means.
I don't know that at all. I'm like the worst person with keeping up with trends like that. Oh my gosh.
It's a thing.
It's a thing, and it's only because you've got a teenager and a college student. I've got a college student, so yeah.
Yep. And my daughter's an adult now, so I don't know anything. She probably does, though. So before we do a deep dive into market volatility and how having a proper plan will alleviate panic, let's talk about one small question. What is one everyday thing that annoys you?
I'm laughing already.
You didn't even hear the question.
I know,
Yes, I did.
right? Hey, I think you read ahead.
Did you read mine?
I didn't read what your answer is, but go ahead.
I love this. Well, viewers at home, play along with us. What is one everyday thing that you find annoys you really more than it should? Jordan?
No question on this one. Left lane drivers driving at the speed limit. Let's go by the function of the left lane.
Oh my goodness.
Is to pass.
Yeah.
You should only be in the left lane when you're passing the vehicle, and not you should be in the right lane. That science would clear up 90% of problems and a lot of accidents, because now you have to pass people on the right, which is dangerous. Left lane cruisers, as I call them. I'd want to put out some public service announcements on this. It defies the entire idea and science behind highway system. But okay, go ahead.
Okay. I
Very
love
passionate
that.
about
Ask me the same.
tell.
Now ask me the same question.
I would love to, Adam. So what is one small everyday thing that annoys you more than it should?
And here's why I'm laughing. Jordan Main.
All right.
Blew up that balloon just
Check,
perfect.
please.
I love it. That is so cute.
No, really, that's not the answer. I love this guy. But I just thought it would be a good comedy thing. And thank you very much, the audience of Metro Detroit, for laughing. I can hear you now. What about you? What annoys you?
But what really annoys you? Because that was kind of just a play. But if you had to pick one thing.
People that leave their left or right turn signal on forever.
Yours is a driving thing too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It just drives me. Okay, are you turning right? Are you turning right? Are you? Oh, no, you're turning left. They've just left it on for whatever reason.
Well, here in Metro Detroit, we drive a lot.
Yes.
A lot of highways, a lot of cars, a lot of people in a condensed area.
Yep.
So
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, if I had to pick one thing, I'll just be totally honest. I go crazy with spam calls, spam text messages, and they're getting very creative and very clever. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's just really crazy to me. So that drives me crazy. That annoys me probably a little bit more than it should. Are you calling me right now?
wait a minute.
Wait, it's for you.
We left out.
I knew it.
We left out loud
something for
airplane
sale?
talkers.
Oh, loud airplane.
Loud airplane
yeah.
talkers. You know
Full
that.
conversations.
How about on speakerphone when you land? Yes, I've landed. You're gonna pick me up at the gate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot about that.
Oh,
I guess
first
we
world
could actually go
problems.
on and on and on when you think
We
about
could. You know what else irritates me? We start turning into.
Yeah, exactly. People
Get
gotta
off my
start
lawn.
calling in. Let me talk.
And that's a wrap, folks.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, speaking about anxiety, let's go back on topic for just a moment. Why do market downturns really create so much anxiety? Jordan, why do people feel that?
Well, I think losses feel worse than gains feel good.
Yep.
Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying?
I totally do.
Because when we lose money, we actually have to make more back the next year to get back to even, right? I know we've talked about this on previous shows, but if you have $100 and you lose 30%, you have $70. And the next year, let's make 30% back. Well, 30% of $70 only gets you to 91. So those losses just just really get at you. And then when you start taking money out in retirement, distribution planning, and you have a loss in the stock market, oh, hold on, old Nelly, as Keith Jackson used to say.
Oh, Nelly.
Well,
Yeah,
Nelly.
it could get challenging. But I think the losses, you have a shortened time as your retirement span goes to recover,
Okay.
right? Sometimes I think an income guess
Oh, yeah.
can be stressful as well when you have you think, well, I think I'm going to have this income, and then the market goes down like we had, what was it, 2022?
Yep.
Minus 20% or more in some cases
more, yeah.
in the indexes. So
Yep.
I think there's a lot of psychology that goes into evaluating market losses.
I'm going to
Okay,
add on
okay.
top of that.
Please.
I think the mass media can also end that anxiety.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And it's because, look, God bless them. They're there for a purpose, but they accentuate or exacerbate situations to make it sound worse than it is.
That's true.
Now, there have been certain occasions in our lifetime that it has been real. 9/11 comes to mind. The 2008 crisis. That was warning signs, folks.
Yes.
But for the most part, you really do have to put that noise to the side and realize that everything isn't bad.
Yeah, stick to the fundamentals.
Stick to the
your
fundamental.
plan. Have a discipline about what you're trying to accomplish with your investment strategy.
And that's
Makes perfect sense.
that's the problem. Most people don't have a discipline, do they?
Right.
Yeah.
And what about with retirement timelines? Do they shorten tolerance for volatility?
No, they lengthen it. Yes, of course. They very much. Sure. I mean, obviously, when you're working, when you're climbing the mountain, we've used this analogy before. When you're climbing the mountain, you're working. When you're putting money in to a retirement account, your 401k, your 403b, your IRA, and you're doing this over a period of time, you're buying when it's high, you're buying when it's low. You're buying when it's high, you're buying when it's low. Now you've reached all the way up to the top. And you're at the top of the mountain, we call that retirement. It's getting down the mountain safely, where all of a sudden, that time that you had before, where you could survive a loss, I can remember in 2008, I had a client call me up, a 30-year-old, say, what should I do? I said, buy more.
Yes.
At that point.
Yeah, if you thought Apple stock was great at XYZ price, now it's only here.
Right.
That's dollar cost average, and you're buying at a lower cost.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So Jordan, I also want to ask you before we take a commercial break, is market volatility unusual or does it just feel that way?
Oh, it is not unusual. It's part of the market, even in up years. Let's just look at 2025, right? The year ended up as a very nice upward. Some indexes close to 20% up.
Yep.
But we had three distinct, what do you want to call them, pullbacks?
Pullbacks.
In 2025. It started with the liberation and the tariffs.
Yep.
So when you look at it, a short-term pullback doesn't necessarily mean that we're going down the drain, so to speak.
Look at COVID.
COVID, how about that?
Absolutely.
March of 2020, all heck breaks loose, market tanks, and by the end of the year, it made it all back and a lot more.
Right.
Absolutely.
And there have been more up years in the history of the S&P 500 than there have been down years.
Significantly more.
Significantly. I know from between 2000 and 2020, there was only 5 down years. So, and that was 2000, 2001, 2002, 2008, and 2018.
Correct. Boy, that's good
That
memory.
was really good.
Wow.
Prevagen. No, I'm joking.
Amazing. Well, Jordan, I know that you and Adam have a very special offer to present to our viewers at home. Please spend some time talking about what that is today.
Yes, we're excited to say that we're offering to do a free financial plan for everyone that calls in or clicks the little code there to come in and get a customized written financial plan. We call it our RIT report, RIPT. The R stands for risk, to get an evaluation of how fast or slow you're driving your portfolio. Are you taking the amount of risk that you want? The I is the biggest fear of retirees, an income plan. What if I outlive my money? What if I can't maintain my lifestyle? We'll create a roadmap to help you get you through retirement. The P is portfolio health. Let's stress test that portfolio. What are we paying in fees? What sectors are we really investing in? how has our performance been? As we've talked about here recently, the market's been great.
Passive or
Do we have
active?
passive management or active management in our portfolio? The T is taxes. How do we get a tax plan in place to get Uncle Sam out of our pocketbook? So we'll put together your own personal financial plan. We're also going to throw in a copy of our book that was released in 2025, The Main Street Millionaire, How Real People Build Real Wealth and Keep It. It's about 300 pages. It's a great financial planning guide for people that are either in retirement or getting close to retirement.
Yep.
Jordan, thank you so much. Adam, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, the number to call is 888-462-7839. 888-462-7839. You are calling in to book your complimentary consultation with Main Financial Group. Let them get to know you one-on-one. You'll have the ripped report designed just for your needs. Also, you're going to receive a copy of Jordan's book, The Main Street Millionaire, when you come in for that appointment. Once again, the number is 888-462-7839, or you can click the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. Takes you right to the landing page of Main Financial Group, and you can schedule your time accordingly. We're going to take a very short commercial break here on the Main Money Show, but please don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about how proper planning can alleviate panic when the market crashes. Stay tuned.
I started out actually going to college, and I was going to be a music teacher. I realized very early on, like at the end of my first semester, that it just was not for me. Fast forward many years later, my parents are educators. My dad quit being a teacher and became a real estate and commercial real estate. And after I graduated college, I decided I would go and work for him. And what I really liked was helping people make money. And I realized that that was more my calling than actually selling real estate. So I ended up getting into the financial advising world. It was a big jump, but it was the fact that I was going to be helping people rather than selling people. And that makes a huge difference in my mind. I have enjoyed it tremendously. When you can tell a client, hey, guess what? You can retire. It's one of the best days of my life right there. It's not about my goals. It's not about my office's goals. It's about their goals. It's their money. We need to educate them in order for them to continue to live in a manner of which they become accustomed. Selling is terrible. Educating, getting people to understand why we need to do it this way and consult with them, that's the way to do it.
Welcome back to the Main Money Show, where Wall Street meets Main Street. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Jordan Main, president of Main Financial Group, as well as joined by Adam Freund, partner at Main Financial Group. And we're talking all about how proper planning can avoid panic when the market makes a downturn. I said crash before the commercial break, but I'm not anticipating a market crash. I don't even know where that came from, so thank you for bearing with me, viewers at home. So Jordan, I want to ask you, I want to flip back just a moment. We were talking about something in our last segment that I really want to spend more time on. I'd like to shed some light on some mistakes that people make when they begin to panic. Can you talk about that for a little bit?
Well, exactly. Panic selling, right? To say, oh, I saw on the social media, or I saw the market's going down, let's sell, sell, sell. Well, now we're locking in losses, right? You're supposed to sell high, buy low. Isn't that what they said?
That's what they say.
When we wait and it's crashing and we're panic selling, now we're selling low. I think that's a major one to lock in losses. And you're abandoning your strategy, right? When you do panic selling.
Absolutely.
So now your emotions are taking over what your discipline is in your investment portfolio.
There's also something called panic buying.
Panic buying.
Yes, when
is that like FOMO?
Yeah, FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh my God! Everybody's on the the cryptocurrency, or everybody's on AI. I'm AI. We've talked about that before.
He's not here.
I'm not really here.
He's not even here.
But the whole idea of I need to get into it. I need to do it too. That's panic buying, and that can also be the wrong time, folks.
Wow, that makes perfect sense. So
well,
again,
way back to that movie that we talked about several shows ago. There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in
League of
baseball.
Its Own. There's no crying when the market goes down. Let's take emotion out of it and let's stick to our fundamentals.
There you go.
Okay, makes perfect sense. Well, now we're going to be a beacon of light and a beacon of hope. Let's talk about the importance of smart planning to avoid panic. How does proper planning really help to reduce panic during market downturns, Adam? May I ask you that?
Well, look, this is the very key. If you're gonna listen to anything on this show, this is probably one of the most important things to do. when we look at someone's portfolio in retirement, we are separating your money into paychecks versus playchecks. And that means that the paychecks are there to make sure that all the bills are covered, right?
Yep.
To make sure that you're living in the manner of which you become accustomed. If that means you're taking 1 week or 2 weeks vacation a year, we're going to build that in. That all lines up with the paycheck section of it. The playchecks are the things that aren't relying on, if the market is down, you don't need to take the money out, right? If the market is up, probably a good time to maybe buy that extra fancy car.
Well, I think it comes into what we call income allocation.
There you go.
If you divide, growth and income are separate.
Yes.
Okay.
So your income buckets over here are tied only to things that can drive income into your portfolio.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter about the markets going up and down because that's not their mission.
Nope.
Right?
Okay.
On the growth side, their mission is to grow and go with the market, but they don't have to spit out income to you, so to speak. So dividing and conquering makes a much more efficient portfolio, in our opinion.
100%.
You know, it's funny, you said that something about spending into the, what is it, the manner in which you become
A
accustomed to?
manner of which you become
My
accustomed.
wife said that to me the other day when I questioned the Amex bill. And she said, I am spending in the manner that I've become accustomed to living.
I think that's precious.
My-
Emily, go.
My father used to say, he would take us out to dinner, the Shermanator, and he'd say, "Oh, Dad, thank you so much for paying for the dinner," right? And he'd say, "Yeah, of course, don't worry about it. As long as you support me in my retirement in a manner of which I become accustomed to."
Oh my gosh.
He's still working
Because he wants to.
because he wants to.
Yeah.
I love that. So the question I have is, does risk tolerance change once someone is retired or close to retirement? We've talked about that before, how age can play a factor, but how important is that overall?
Yeah, well, I think this is one of the only areas where emotion is good in your financial plan.
Yep.
Everything else we talk about is mathematical and numbers and data
Black and white.
algorithms and projections. Your risk tolerance is an emotional thing. How much risk can you tolerate? The more risk you take on, the potential more growth you can make, right?
Yep.
But you can also lose more.
Right.
So everyone is different. Traditionally, they say as you get older, you should have less of a risk tolerance because you don't have time left.
Okay.
Or as much time to recuperate.
What was that, 100 minus something?
Yeah, 100 minus your age should be your split between equities and
right.
stock.
And we
right?
say hogwash.
I say hogwash. I think a little different term because everyone is unique, and we talk about Trevor and Marjorie. I know that's not the real names, but we have a client, Marjorie. She's in her 90s, never married, no children, goes to the casino 3 days a week, has several $1 million with us, has no one to leave the money to, so she can take a little more risk on.
She takes a
Right?
lot of risk.
Conventional wisdom would say, boy, maybe Marjorie, you should conserve a little bit. But her income need and her asset valuation and her legacy plan will answer it in a different manner, right? And
100%.
Trevor, a 32-year-old young man that inherited grandfather's trust, he has everything in protected fixed income. Doesn't want to lose one penny of what granddad left him.
Wow.
Conventional wisdom would say, Trevor, you're young. Let's take a little more risk, try to make some money. But for him, he couldn't tolerate it anymore. He couldn't sleep at night if he lost one penny of grandpa's money.
And that's an emotional tie to the money.
It is emotional. So we say no crying in baseball, no crying in your portfolio. We can have some emotion here, and everyone's risk tolerance is different. And to answer your question, yes, it can change as you get through retirement.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent, Jordan. Thank you. Adam, let me ask you one question before we go ahead and take our next commercial break. What should investors focus on instead of market headlines? Because if you turn on the news, you're going to be panicking or you're going to be euphoric. We just don't know, but you shouldn't be listening to that necessarily. Talk a little bit about that, please.
Well, you need a plan,
Okay.
right? A failure to plan is a plan to fail. Stick to the plan. You know, a lot of times we'll talk about, especially stuff that's in the market that is meant to grow. For us, long-term planning is really a 10-year span. Will the market be higher in 10 years than it is today? And I don't have a crystal ball. Somewhere around here, I got rid of it.
We had one.
No, it went into the shop. But the point of the matter is, I don't know that as true. I just know that, or I don't know that as a fact. I just know that's true. And how can I be that confident in saying that, right? Well, the market today is worth more than it was 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, it was worth more than it was 10 years prior to that. If you keep that in mind as you're investing, even in retirement, and you know that that portion of your portfolio is really meant for long-term growth, then the headlines during the day, things, Kramer going nuts on television, or whatever it is, that should not bother you, especially if you've got the paycheck in place.
Well, and that's where I think ROI becomes a different in retirement. In pre-retirement, ROI is return on investment. In retirement, it's reliability of income.
Nice.
Right? So you look, these things can eliminate the stress and the worries. I mean, look at the Dow Jones bouncing above and below 50,000. What did you say? When was it at only 10,000?
In 2010, it was at 10,000.
In 2010, the Dow Jones was at 10,000. Now it's up and around 50,000. I know it goes up and down.
Yes.
So when markets are going to go up, they're going to go down. But having things like a guaranteed income plan, a plan, not a guess, a tax efficiency strategy, putting inflation, factoring inflation into your income so you get raises every year. All these things together, Cynthia, reduce the worry.
Most definitely. Jordan, thank you so much. Adam, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, we have a very special opportunity for you today. We're inviting you to call in to 888-462-7839 to book your consultation to have your very own ripped report customized and designed just for your retirement needs. Again, the number to call is 888-462-7839, or you can grab your smartphone and click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. When you schedule your appointment and come in for the meeting, you will also receive a copy of Jordan's book, The Main Street Millionaire. It's a fabulous read full of information about how you should be planning your retirement years. We're going to take a very short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. I have so much more on The Main Money Show, where Wall Street meets Main Street. Stay tuned.
The work never seems to end until the day it finally does. After nearly a lifetime on the job, you should be rewarded for all the time you spent working. Whether that's crossing off items on your bucket list, learning a new passion, or rekindling the love of an old one. After all, life isn't over when you stop working. It's the start of an all-new chapter, the one where you're the writer and you get to choose how your story will go. A way to achieve that is by having a clear financial plan to sustain your golden years. The biggest fear most retirees have is if they'll have enough money to maintain the lifestyle they've always enjoyed. Having a plan to help protect you against the curveballs life often throws will help to maintain your lifestyle. Call today to get your free written financial plan so you may live every day to the fullest and enjoy the retirement of your dreams.
Welcome back to The Main Money Show, where Wall Street meets Main Street. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Jordan Main, president of Main Financial Group, as well as joined by Adam Freund, partner at Main Financial Group. We're talking all about the fact that you should not panic when the markets make a downturn. With the proper plan, you can alleviate the need to panic. So thank you for being with us today. Gentlemen, I love this next point. This is actually a highlight, if you will, because when you do have downturns, you can actually turn them into opportunities. And one of the things that you talk about would be market just planning advantages. I'm so wanting to say Roth conversions, but I don't want to take your thunder away. Yeah. I'm trying not to do that, but I know it's coming. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, when the markets are down, what a great time to look at converting dollars from a pre-tax IRA to a tax-free Roth.
Yes.
And you say, why is that?
Why is that?
Oh, thanks, Adam. So essentially, let's say we have a stock in our IRA that's worth $100, XYZ stock, and the market's down 30%. We still have the same number of shares, but the market's valued only at $70. If we convert those, which essentially retitles that account from a pre-tax to a tax-free account, we now have the same number of shares in a tax-free account. Now, you have to pay the tax due out of somewhere else, right? Out of your cash savings or whatever. But as that market rebounds, all of that growth is now tax-free. So when that $70 a share goes back to $100 where it was, you just made $30 of tax-free dollars, and you didn't pay tax on it because you only paid tax on the 70.
Wow.
So when markets are down, your accounts are down, what a great time to jump in to do Roth conversions.
I wish we had a website that people could actually see what a Roth conversion
We
looks
do.
like.
We've got a great free tool calculator online, maintaxbill.com. It's on the bottom of your screen. Anyone can go there. It's an easy-to-use tool. You just type in a few pieces of information, your age, how much you have in pre-tax dollars. And you get to pick, what do you want to put your tax bracket at? What do you think it'll be at? And you can pick a rate of return. What do you think you're going to get? And the software will extrapolate everything out to age 95 if you don't do anything.
Everybody dies at 95.
Everyone dies at 95 according to the software. or how much you will pay if you convert to a Roth now. And the numbers are just astonishing. We've looked at it on a 65-year-old. If you use a 25% tax rate and a 5% growth rate, a $1 million IRA will cost almost $1 million in taxes if you hold it to be 95. Versus if you convert it at that 25% tax rate, you'd have to do it over a couple years. Now you're only at $250,000. That's over $700,000 in savings. If you are younger, a 55-year-old, it even gets worse or better, depending on where you want to look at it.
Wow.
Same thing, $1 million, 25% tax rate, 5% growth rate. Over 40 years, that $1 million is going to cost over $1.7 million in total tax.
Which is incredible.
gosh.
Versus converting over a period of years at $250,000. That's a $1.4 million in savings.
But
That's awesome.
here's the issue that we come across a lot,
Okay.
is that we will show people this and we talk about emotions, right?
Yes.
And they are so resistant to actually doing the conversion. Well, I don't know. I don't want to lose that money.
Yeah, they like seeing the bigger
they
number
see
in
the
that
bigger
IRA,
number.
but not remembering that that's not all their money. The IRS is your silent partner. You have an IOU to the IRS in all those pre-tax accounts, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And it is emotional.
That's how I became bald.
But
I love
but when you get into the raw side, now you've eliminated or reduced your RMDs, which means you can control your income. You can
Yes.
control how much tax you pay on Social Security. You can control if you have any extra Medicare IRMA tax surcharges. You are now in control of your income when you start getting dollars out of these tax bomb IRAs when you get into Roth. So check out that tax calculator. It's a great tool.
I love that. And so again, all it comes down to truly is proper planning. So that way, when the market does make a turn or corrects, you have peace of mind. So Jordan, one final offer you have today. Please talk about what it is. We have 45 seconds.
Yeah, we love everyone to call and come in and see us. We've got 5 offices around Metro Detroit. Come in and get your own customized financial plan. We call it a RIP report. Get your risk in line, get your income plan done, get your portfolio healthy, and let's get the tax man out of your wallet. Get a copy of the free book, and we can't wait to see you soon.
Perfect. Jordan, thank you so much. Adam, thank you so much. To the viewers at home, this is your opportunity to call in to schedule that consultation today for your very own ripped report, customized just for you. When you do so, you'll receive a copy of Jordan's book, The Main Street Millionaire. Thank you for watching our show today. Be safe, be happy, be blessed. We look forward to seeing you back 1 week from today. Take care now.